Hello everybody, welcome back to Making It Up. I'm Isa and today we're back on the floor, which can only mean one thing. It's time for a declutter, baby. Once again, I took to Instagram to ask you guys what you wanted to see and the race was pretty tight, but in the end, base products won. So today I'm going to be decluttering foundations, concealers, primers, powders, all that good stuff. Most things really just need to go to the trash. I have a lot of old stuff that I keep for sentimental reasons. That's a big no-no. I shouldn't be doing that. So I'm excited to see what comes out of this declutter. I think it's gonna be a good one, and if you're into decluttering videos, then just keep watching because we're about to have a good release. You know, we're gonna empty some space and we're gonna shed some weight, literally and figuratively. So let's get started. So let's get started with the primers first. I don't usually use a lot of primers, and there are a few things in here that I use as primers or as other things, but I just thought I'd just put everything together. So let me go through it, separate it, and then we can talk about them, okay? That was fairly easy because I use all of these. So the only one I'm getting rid of is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion. This, oh my god, is really, really old. And I don't use it anymore. So it's definitely going to the trash because it's been in my collection for too long and it doesn't smell the best anymore. And as for everything I'm keeping, let me start with the two obvious ones, the e.l.f. Halo Glow and the Hollywood Flawless Filter by Charlotte Tilbury. I mean, you guys know I use these all the time. They're perfect. I use them under my makeup, over my makeup, as my base, so these are perfect. I'm not getting rid of them anytime soon. The Rare Beauty Pore Diffusing Primer is so great. I really, really love it as well. It's so gentle, it's hydrating yet blurring. It's very unique. I love it a lot. Definitely couldn't part ways with it. And I have the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. I mean, this is a classic. I've used half of it up. I'm definitely planning on using the rest up. This is such a great gripping primer. I couldn't part ways. Similar to that one is the J1 Jelly Pack. If you've been on YouTube for 10 plus years, you know about this. It was so popular. I don't think they make it anymore. I still have a little bit of it and I do enjoy using it. I try not to use it because I don't want to use it up. But I definitely need to use it up because, you know, it's old. Doesn't smell bad yet, but it could start at any moment. So the Milk Makeup Blur Stick, I have a mini size and the regular size. I don't think they make this anymore either. I take this one for travel. I love it. And I do enjoy using this on the occasion where I need something quick to blur, even when I'm not wearing any makeup. So this is definitely staying. The Inglot Moonlight Illuminating Face Primer. This is the shade Full Moon. It fell into my lap by accident and I'm really enjoying it. I feel like I need to give it a little bit more playtime before I decide, so this is staying for the time being. And then lastly, we have the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. Again, this has been discontinued, but I think e.l.f. has made this formula permanent. This is like a dupe for the Hydro Grip. I can't think of the name of the e.l.f. dupe right now, but I know that it's amazing and it's only a few bucks. This kind of does the same. It's just in a limited edition packaging from a collection they did a few years ago, so I do enjoy it, so we're keeping it. Primer was definitely the easy category. Keeping all of this, getting rid of only this one. Not as much progress as I wanted it to be, but it's good. I mean, it could be worse, right? So let me just... For someone who doesn't wear a lot of foundation, I definitely have a lot of products here, so I need to downsize immediately. Let's go through these and then I can chat individually about them. Okay, so this doesn't quite fit properly in the frame. These are a little too big, but I have 3 little piles here. This is what I'm keeping, this is what I'm getting rid of, and this Lone Wolf here is a foundation that's gonna be on trial, so I'm just gonna be testing it out in the next couple weeks to see if it's worth saving. Let me just go through each of these individually, and then we'll see what's going on. Okay, so this is everything I'm gonna be keeping, mainly skin tints, lighter stuff, because it's all that I wear ever. So let's start first with my Fenty Beauty Ease Drops. You guys know I love this. I use it all the time. Could not part ways with it. It's so good. The Chanel Chanel Beige Water Fresh Tint is fairly new in my collection. It's not even a year old in my collection. Not my favorite, but it is nice, and it was expensive. I like it. I'm using it, and I plan on using it up. So this is staying as well. I just recently got the NYX Bear With Me Blurring Tint Foundation. I don't know the name of this exactly. I haven't really played with this. I just got it, so this is definitely staying because I don't know how it performs yet. Obviously, keeping my L'Oreal True Match Nude Skin Tints. These are my bread and butter. I use these almost every day. So good. Love that they're drugstores. You can see I've used them up quite a bit, so they're not going anywhere. Listen, this MAC Face and Body Foundation is old, old, old. Like, there's new packaging now. I think they've even reformulated it a little bit, but I like it still. It doesn't smell bad. I think I will be repurchasing this at some point, but I can't part ways with it. The Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation. I mean, this one is one of the only foundations, like actual foundations, that I'm keeping. I like it a lot. It's great if I want something a little more medium coverage. So it's staying. I enjoy it, and I still use it quite a bit. Same goes for my Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Foundation. This is a serum foundation. I've talked about this so much. It's literally my favorite foundation. It is full coverage, okay? Could never, like, this is gonna stay in my collection forever. If I use this up, I'll buy another one, but you know what I mean. I have this mini Herborium BB Cream Nude in the shade Nude, and it's just a mini. I like to travel with it. I don't have a lot left, so I think next time I'm traveling with this, if it could ever focus, next time I'm traveling with this one is probably gonna be the end of it, like I'm gonna use it up. And then the Tower 28 Sunny Days Broad Spectrum SPF 30 Tinted Sunscreen. I use it more as like a skin tint. It is nice. Not my favorite though, but I do like it and I want to use it up. And I do take it with me whenever I'm going to the beach and stuff for like extra protection, but I don't love it. It's a little messy also, but I do want to use it up, so we're keeping her. The one foundation that is on trial is the Bite Changemaker Supercharged Micellar Foundation. When this came out, it was all the rage. Everyone loved it. The shade is definitely not right for me, so I don't know why I'm even like testing it out, but this was a great foundation and you can't get it anymore, so I want to see if I can make it work because I'm a little stubborn like that. And then here's everything I'm getting rid of. Most of these are mainly because they're old as hell. First of all, I have my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Stick Foundation. I really enjoyed this. Great fuller coverage foundation from the drugstore. It smells bad. Like, it smells really bad. It's a few years old, actually, so this definitely needs to go to the trash. Then I have this Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum Foundation, and if you know of this foundation, you've been on YouTube for a really, really long time. This was all the rage. I got it when I went to London because I think it's a European brand, so it's harder to find in the US. I loved this foundation a lot, but I haven't used it, and it's really, like, insanely old. Doesn't smell bad or anything, but it needs to go. The L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation was one of my all-time favorites from the drugstore. I still think it's really good, but mine has separated. It smells funky, and the last time I tried to put it on my skin, it kind of like broke up on me, so this is going. This Maybelline Superstay foundation, it's full coverage. I think they've changed the packaging and reformulated it. The shade's not right for me. I never ever use this much coverage, and if I do, I have a better alternative now. So yeah, you're leaving the collection. I have two cushion foundations here. This one's from Etude House. I bought it when I was in Japan, and it was a really long time ago. I did get an extra insert, but I just don't use it, and it is old anyway. The formula isn't performing anymore, so this needs to go. And then I have this Tony Moly Moschino. I don't know how to say this brand properly, but it was a collab. For starters, this was like a gift. I didn't buy this. It was a gift. The shade isn't great, and I don't use it ever. It's also a few years old, like 4. So I do have an extra insert of this. I might give it to someone else who has a darker skin tone than I do. The Revlon Photo Ready Candid Foundation thing was one of my favorites. Like, I did use quite a bit of it. It's a few years old again. Haven't reached for it in a long time, and it is, I fear, a little too old to put on the skin, so she's going. Next, I have the Too Cool for School After School Healthy Skin BB Foundation. This one, again, got it as a gift when I went to Korea, like a gift with purchase. They gift a lot, and you get, a little concealer gimmick on top, and then you get like the foundation thing on the bottom. Didn't love the packaging for a little while there. I use this a lot because it is a great formula. It made my skin look really nice, but I haven't reached for it in a long time, and it is also a little bit old, so. Then I have my Makeup Forever Water Blend Foundation. This foundation is so old that they already reformulated it, they changed the packaging, and then they discontinued that reformulation. So this is a little too light for me. I really enjoyed this, but dude, it's old. So I can't be putting it on my skin anymore. Then I have the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. This was always a little bit too light for me. I tried to make it work, but it just never did. And it is very old. It has separated and it's just not working for me anymore. Okay, so this is the final everything that I'm keeping, everything that I'm getting rid of. I'm feeling good about this. I feel like it's very 50-50. In keeping 10 products, getting rid of 10 products, that is a total win for me. Oh my god, I'm happy. Okay, so now we move on to concealers. Again, I have way too many. I don't use them all, so we need to declutter a few. They need to go to the trash, and I just need to downsize, okay? Let's separate and then discuss. This is what I'm decluttering. This is my product on trial, and then this is everything I'm keeping. Let's go through each of these piles and discuss. First, let's talk about what I'm keeping. The most exciting part, I did include my color correctors in this because I didn't have enough to separate. This is the Becca color corrector, or Becca X Smashbox now, I guess. This is amazing. I use it a lot. I can't get rid of it. It does wonders for my dark circles. In a similar vein, I have the Milani Supercharged Under Eye Tint. This is a brightening under eye tint. It's amazing. Again, I use it quite a bit, and I use it today, you know, so I also have my NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. This is a great product to use on the daily. I also like to use this as like a base all over. It's super good, super affordable, and fairly new in my collection, so it's staying. Then I have the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, one of my only like higher coverage concealers that I will be keeping. The color isn't great, and it is a little bit old, but it still performs well. I like to mix it with other products, and it's affordable. So if it ever goes bad, I would probably repurchase it and keep it in my collection anyways. Same goes for my Rare Beauty concealer. It is a little bit oily from something else that spilled, unfortunately, but it is really nice. I enjoy it. I like to mix it with the e.l.f. one as well. It's so good. I also have the REM Beauty concealer. This, sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it. I think right now I'm not loving it because it isn't super hot out, but this is perfect for the summer months that are upcoming. This one is staying in the collection for now. And then I am obviously keeping my LA Girl Pro Conceal. I have the one that I'm using currently and a backup. Already bought a backup. This is like my 5th or 6th backup. It's such a great product, so affordable as well. You can do everything with this, okay? And it is amazing and affordable, so I'm for sure keeping her. The product that I'm keeping as like my in-trial concealer, this is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I think this still exists, but it's a little old, okay? It doesn't smell bad or anything. This is super full coverage, and I used to love this so much. I haven't used it a ton, but I want to just see if I can find a way to use it and to keep it for those days when I really do need some extra coverage. And now let's quickly go through everything I'm getting rid of. Both of my Tarte Shape Tape, these are old. When these got very popular, I hunted them down. I didn't get them immediately because they sold out, so they are old. Like over 5 years old. Haven't reached for them at all, in the slightest, so they're leaving. I also have this ColourPop No Filter Concealer that is starting to look grimy and disgusting. And again, this has been discontinued, so it's gotta go. Don't ever use it. The shade was never right for me either. I have the Hello Fab Avocado Concealer. I don't remember the exact name of this, but I used to love it when I first got it. It was just so good. But I haven't reached for this in over a year, so goodbye. I'm also getting rid of my Bare Minerals Original Concealer. This sucks. It wasn't great, it didn't blow me away. This is fairly new in my collection. Like, I've had it for 1 year and it leaks everywhere. It leaks oil everywhere, all over my drawers, all over my other concealers. And the formula isn't great enough so that I keep it. Sometimes it looks really dry under my eyes. So she's gotta go. And I'm also parting ways with my RMS Uncover Up Concealer. This is old, like over 5 years old, and it has dried up, like super, super dry. It's just not safe to put under your eyes anymore. I used to love this formula so much. I liked it better than the Glossier Stretch Concealer, but it's not good anymore. So it's gotta go. Okay, so this is everything I'm keeping, everything I'm getting rid of. I think all of these need to go in the trash because I can't in good faith give them to someone else, okay? They're old and disgusting. So I'm really happy about this. I am definitely keeping more than I'm getting rid of, but it does feel pretty even. I feel like these are all products that I use and rotate, so I feel really good about this one. We're now in the home stretch. Powders again. I have quite a few, but not enough to be, it's not going to be a crazy declutter. So let me just go ahead and separate and then we can talk. Okay, again, a pretty easy one. The only product I'm going to be decluttering is the Sephora, what is the name of this? This is the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. This one got popular a few years ago on YouTube, and it's a nice powder. It does have a bit of shimmer to it. It's baked. It is a very nice formula, but the shimmer is not my favorite, especially because it accentuates my texture, so I don't love that, and it is also not my correct shade. I thought I was going to use this as a bronzer, but realistically, never did. So I'm getting rid of this one. Maybe I'll give it to my sister because she has a deeper skin tone than I do, and maybe she'll enjoy it. As for the powders that we're keeping, let's start with my NYX finishing powder. This is a banana powder. Not the best, not the worst. I only keep this in my collection because it's the only banana powder that I have, and whenever I want to brighten things up or do a little extra contouring and highlighting, this helps a bit. It's a good powder, very standard, nothing special, but I keep it because I need it sometimes. This Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Universal Blurring Balm Powder. This isn't necessarily a powder, it's a balm powder as it says there, but it is really nice. I'm starting to get the hang of how to use this. You can use this on top of your makeup, under your makeup, but this one I put in the powder category because I do use it sometimes to set my skin. Love it. Danessa Myricks is the queen of everything. Of course, I'm keeping this. Then I have my Kosas Cloud Set in the shade Breezy. This has been through it. I have dropped this. It's traveled with me everywhere, and I'm using it up, guys. This is my favorite powder ever. If I could only have one, this would be it. It's broken, so hello. I love this, and I'm never getting rid of it. I also have the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. This one I bought on a whim last year, and it is a really good powder. If you have a lot of fine lines, if you're more mature, this is a perfect powder. My mom loves this. I do like it as well. It gives you more of a natural finish, not a super matte finish. And honestly, I never use this because I'm scared of using it up because it was an expensive powder. But I need to use it up because it is a good one. I also have the Discontinued Milk Makeup Translucent Powder. What was the exact name of this? Blur Plus Set Matte Loose Setting Powder. I love this so much. It is discontinued, so I'm obviously keeping it. It is super nice on those days when I want a very, very natural look. So I'm keeping it until I use it up. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless blah blah blah. I never know how to say this. I have such a hard time with the name. And this is a good powder. I remember when I first got it, I loved it. It does blur. It doesn't leave your skin looking cakey. It's a good powder, but it is a little too overpriced for me. I've definitely found better powders out there. It's staying in my collection until I use it up, and then I'm probably not going to repurchase. The Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. Really love this as well. I don't know if they make it anymore. This is one of my favorite setting powders ever, especially for the warmer months because it is more matte, but it doesn't make you look cakey. It makes you look very, very, very flawless. This is, I think, my favorite loose powder that I own, and I'm obviously not getting rid of it. The Ojai Glass Powder was everywhere a few years ago, discontinued again. I really enjoyed it. It is very, very unique. When you apply it, it almost feels like you didn't put anything on your skin, but it sets, so I like it. It's discontinued, so until I use it up, this baby's staying. And then I have a mini Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. This is a classic. I like traveling with it. It's a great standard powder. Everyone loves this. Everyone can use it, and I'm not getting rid of it. It is a good staple to have. So yeah, this one was not the best of declutters, but it wasn't bad. I mean, everything else I do use and rotate. Some of these have different functions, so I'm okay with this one. Okay, and this is the final pile of everything that I'm getting rid of. I feel like this is a good amount of things. Most of these things were really old, and I didn't want to throw away because, I don't know, stubbornness, nostalgia, but they're old. They need to go to the trash so that I can, make space for the things that I do have and make them fit comfortably in my collection. So, could I have done more? Yeah, you can always declutter more, but I feel like the products that are leaving are products that just needed to go. So, I'm okay with this amount. I think it's a good amount. This time around, I only have 2 products on trial, the Bite Foundation and the Too Faced Concealer. We'll see their fate later. Okay, so here's everything that I'm keeping. It definitely doesn't fit in the frame, so it's a lot of products, but I think these are the products that I rotate a lot, and they're products that serve a different function, obviously. So I'm happy that I was able to declutter some of them. This is still a lot, maybe too much for one person to have, but you know what? I'm okay. I feel lighter from decluttering the other stuff. To be completely honest with you, I hadn't realized how much base products I do own. Looking at all of these right here, I'm like, holy hell. So I'm definitely set for base products from now until the rest of my life, but I'm happy that I was able to get rid of some stuff that definitely wasn't serving me, and I can keep and use up everything else. So yay, I am happy. And that, my friends, is it for today's declutter. I am really, really happy. Of course, as always, I'm keeping more that I'm getting rid of, but I definitely needed that. I feel so much lighter, and the world is full of possibilities now. So if you guys enjoyed this decluttering video, then give it a thumbs up. Make sure to check my decluttering series for more. I've decluttered my cheek products already for the 2nd time, and then I have a full round of what my makeup collection used to look like, and I decluttered everything a few years ago. So go check that out if you're interested. I have a lot of good stuff for you. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram to vote on my next poll. We have eye products and lip products left, so I'm gonna be asking you guys what you want to see next. You can leave it in the comments, but you can also follow me on Instagram to do it, more in a live setting, and that way you can get updates on when I'm gonna post the next one. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope this decluttering video was everything you hoped for and more. I hope it was relaxing. I hope you had a good time. I love you, and I hope to see you right here for my next one. Bye, everyone. Mwah!